If you don't know how to warm up before your calisthenics routine, I invite you to stay in this video because I'm going to show you how to work method I encourage you. This method has helped me to perform better in my training sessions and experience fewer discomfort in my wrists, elbows, and shoulders. So, if you want to learn how to warm up to perform better and avoid injuries, let's get started. We are going to divide it into the 4 phases. 1. The temperate raising phase. 2. The mobilization phase. 3. Stabilization phase. 4. The potential phase. Phase 1. Temperature raising phase. The goal of this phase is to increase blood flow and elevate the body temperature, since work muscles have a great capacity to contract and produce forces. For this, will be performed low intensities aerobic exercise such as jumping rope and the low intensity jumping exercise like jumping squats, jogging, or I ride my bike to the park. This phase should be last between 5 and 10 minutes. The exact duration depends on your environment. If you live in the cold area during winter or a rainy day, extend this phase to 10 minutes. If you live a warming environment, 5 minutes will be sufficient. Phase number 2, mobilization phase. The goal here is to prepare and improve the mobility of our joints. This is particularly important for calisthenics because in this discipline pushes our joints to extremity ranges of motion. In this phase, we'll do joints mobility and dynamic stretching. Regardless of what I am training, like to do joints mobility exercise for the entire body. Here how I do it. Wrist, side to side movements, rotations and other motions. Elbows, flexion and extensions, and suspended in neutral and pronated hands position. Shoulders forward in the backward rotations, lateral in the front raises and arm crosses. Hips, side to sides movements and rotations. Leg front in the back, leg swings, lateral swings and knee mobility exercise. Also recommend ankle mobility exercise that I personally don't do them. If you need them, include them in your routine. A joint mobility exercise should last 10 to 15 seconds or 10 to 15 repetitions for dynamic stretching. Here are some examples of what I do. Wrist forward stretches, backward stretches, and the fast-based motions. Legs movements aim at improving ankle flexibility, keeping the entire foot on the ground. Don't lift the heel. Perform this with both legs. Lower body, side to side stretcher and other movements that suit your preference. For shoulder, keep it a simple simulating an exercise called Booker blocks and other similar movements. These are what I personally use, but feel free to adapt based on your needs. Phase number 3, stabilization phase. Here we prepare the muscle responsible for stabilizing the body, such as core stabilizer, rotor the cuff stabilizer, hip stabilizer. For the core, you can do exercise like planks. However, since most calisthenics exercise already enhancing the core, this phase can be skipped for the core hip stabilization. Rotor cuff stabilization is critical because calisthenics often place our shoulder joints in extreme ranges of motions. Here are the exercises I use. External rotations. I use a low resistance band or a top to avoid enhancing larger muscles like the pectorals or deltoides. Internal rotations performs this similarly to external rotations. 90-degree arms movements ensure the arms are lined and the shoulders stable. Lateral raise abductions start from a neutral position and finish with 8 hands in externally rotated position to a better enhance the rotor cuff option rotations, rotating inwards and outwards as an extra. For this phase, perform this exercise in a circuit, 3 or 4 sets of 10 or 15 repetitions. Phase 4, potential phase. In this phase, we perform a low intensity exercise similar to those in our workout routine to activate the muscles without reaching failure. For example, the handstand training start with regressions like the 4 pose and activate the shoulders and triceps with push-ups. Muscle-ups training, warming up with the pull-up regressions or normal pull-ups. By following these 4 phases, you'll created an effective warm-up that helps you performance better progress and avoid injuries during your workouts. A completely warm-up should take about 15 or 20 minutes, which is what I usually spend on mine. So now, you know how to warm up efficiently. Don't forget to subscribe in the comments on the types of your routines or tutorials you would like to see on the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.